Hello there. So, we're not showing you any Euro decks today because my dog is averse to them, apparently. But aside from that, aside from the dog incessantly barking the moment I hit record, I figure I'd show off what decks they were. I had 3 decks. I never showed them in the video, so I figure I'll get them out of the way, what the idea was, and the stupidity involved around them. This was the most likely to get Euro banned if it was never on the list. Obviously, the first one is just waiting for server. No big deal. Ramp to approach. That's all it was. You know, do the thing. It was never updated with Doomscar or anything like that, but I'm sure that I would have gotten around to it eventually. So, approach deck. Second one, Vent Garbage Fire, obviously. It was trying to play a different type of game where we were trying to take advantage of Lotus Field and Teferi's Untapped to play like interesting sets of cards to get things going. It was fine. It was a Euro deck, to say the least. These weren't the ones. Like I said, this one was the one that was likely to get things banned. Yes, I have a deck today. Don't worry about that. We're just getting this one out, this moment out of the way. This was my stupid dot deck. Just absorb every card here. Yes, it does exactly what you would think it does for all of these pieces. It does all the stupid things. What does it do? It tries to find Teshar eventually. Do you know what Teshar and Mox Amber do with Euro in the yard? Oh yeah, I'll play Mox Amber. Euro comes into play. Draw a card, play a land. Play something random, a Chromatic Sphere. Draw a card, gain 3 life. Because Euro keeps coming out into play over and over and over and over and over again. But there's also the alternative one. Teshar has also stupid with 2 Lurrus in the graveyard, or 1 Lurrus in the graveyard, and like 2 Lurrus, 2 Mox Amber, where you just recur the Lurrus over and over and over again. You keep tapping the Mox Amber for infinite mana. That's the other one. But otherwise, you know, gaining about 50 life a turn through Euro was also pretty cool. So this was the one that, yeah, I showcased this like once on stream and it just went boom, 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 boom. I'm like, all right, I guess. Just keep doing this. Just gain a shitload of life every single turn. So this was the stupid dot deck. Just did stupid stuff. I don't know what it did to win. It just kind of looked real scary and did stupid things, and people would concede over the value alone. I had no idea how it won. I just threw stupid stuff together trying to get cards banned. Worked. Now, today, thank you for your service, but we have other means of gaining life at 3 mana. Thank you very much. So, my Twitch moderator and longtime viewer, Lumi, Glorious Lumi. You'll see him in the comments quite often, making comments about many of a deck. Anyways, yes, he frequents YouTube as well, and told me, come up with a Gruul control deck. I'm like, all right, I guess. I'll try. So, didn't state what format. I went with standard. I figure the best format for shenanigans that you might actually get away with in a control show, probably just standard, as there's a lot of silliness and historic right now until they iron things out. Let's just wait until that one stopped being ass over tea kettle at the moment until then. But anyways, what's the deck doing? Well, let's get through some of the ideas. So Klothys is one of the major pillars to the deck. Just get it down there, play a long game, and eventually, you know, wear your opponent out, and that's how you win. Toski, a little bit of card advantage. You know, you play Storm's Wrath, swing in, you know, you do your thing, you play your removal, you try to get Toski in, that kind of thing. Some Ugin at the top end, found that it's helpful. It's not get to Ugin at all costs. Some Elder Gargaroth, you know, just as a throw in front of red. Some Kogla Surprise, it comes at you. Some Vorinclex, we're using this one aggressively. We're not using it for our own counters, we're using it for our opponent's counters. And that's generally the gist of what's going on there. Now, let's go through the removal pretty short and sweet here. So we've got some Shatterskull Smashing. We've got Frostbite with a bunch of Snowlands involved here. So they assist. So a good 3 damage, 1 mana spell. Shredded Sails, I find that it's pretty good right now. So yeah, just take it, right? Kenrith's Transformation, we're red-based removal, so knocking something down to a 3/3 is pretty good for comboing with Frostbite if we need to. Card redraws, so we're not really out of card, technically. In Search of Greatness, go figure, in a green-based control shell, this is basically like the front half of Azcanta. That's what it does. Like, I can't describe it any other way. Yes, people were trying to cheat it in some sort of aggro deck. This is like tempo negative in an aggro deck. Unless you got lucky. Like, this is intended for long games. This is what we're doing. So this deck, or this card hit its stride here. So that's one. Mazemind Tome ×2. Because I wasn't sure about In Search of Greatness, how many I wanted to have, that kind of thing, scrying. I wanted some raw card draw and life gain, and kind of mixing it up between the two. So I'm not sure what's better, or if you want to have the mix, that kind of thing. Numbers aren't 100% firmed out. Some Shatterskull Smashing, because land. Soul Sear, because that stupid indestructible 3/1. It's going to die today. Valakut Awakening for a little bit of redraw. I don't know if we want 1 or 2. I'm undecided. Tundra Fumarole is the next card to get the axe, because it's a little bit awkward. But because it's just weird because it's a sorcery. That's the only thing. Sorcery speed is what's messing this card up. So I'm not sure how to work with this one yet, but it is 4 damage and it does kind of replace itself on tempo, so hard to say. Akroan War for a little bit of yoinkingness, I guess? Whatever. Some Storm's Wrath for clearing the board, and that's about it. Like, you see the rest. That's really the deck. Pathways to get some mana right. Highland Forest, because we're playing snow in the form of Fumarole and Frostbite, but like I said, Fumarole's a little bit weird, because when you get to a pathway, it's not quite right. Or Klothys mana, that kind of thing. Anyway, let's play the deck, see how it does, and kind of see what we can glean from it. Like I said, this list is not firmed out yet. Just made a couple days ago, so we'll see where we're at. Okay, we're in. We're on the play. We have 3 red mana. Well, we'll be seeing if we're cycling the Shredded Sails. The mana's there, lands and spells, whatever. We'll just go with it and see where we're at on the other side. Our opponent on green, Turntimber Symbiosis. Yeah, sure. Let's get it down. Okay, we got green. It shakes the entire table because forests. Green black. Poison.deck. We definitely need something to deal with the poisons. So we'll get around to that. For the moment, we're just going to chill. Maybe we'll steal Shovel and kill one of their things by some luck. Who knows? It's a roof. Even better. Yeah, cycle Shredded Sails. Somebody playing a rock deck. We're drawing nothing but land. Gross, by the way. Real gross. Like a lot of land. Okay, so good trade. We've drawn 0 removal, just nothing to speak of. Another Saroof. Yeah, let's transform Saroof, the other Saroof. Just stone, nothing. Lands and air. Well, we'll make them have the attack. yeah, they have to attack here. The Shredded Sails is just... We drew our two copies of Shredded Sails are... Yeah, there's no such thing as... an artifact anywhere near us. Okay, I'm going to trade Sarufs off, I guess. Whatever, Chevil's not going to do much. We'll eventually kill Chevil. So they gain their life and draw the card, whatever. Now, they have zero pressure on us, so whatever. This Elder Gargaroth, if we find Valakut Awakening, I'll just throw it away for something indestructible, honestly. This is the kind of game where we just want indestructible cards. Like that. Done. Nice Death Touch deck. Opponent, nice Death Touch deck. Satoshi. All of that was pretty fast at resolving. So, do you have Eco Extinction? No. Well, it served its purpose. It got us one card deeper into the pile of lands. Let's see if Toski does some work. Nice. Okay. You know what? I'm just going to jam Elder Gargaroth. We've got another one. Trust me, they've got bigger issues to deal with right now. If it's Extinction Event, then that'd be an interesting thing. It is. We go against Toski. Well, that's a thing. So it's just a removal pile, in other words. I think I'll just continue... Well, actually, no. In case there's more Extinction Event, let's continue. Yeah, it's a removal pile, yet we're going to definitely come out on top like this. Alright, we'll hold the extra Gargaroth. They gotta deal with things one piece at a time right now. Finding the old gods. Sure. Let's see what we find then. Sure. They're really, really aggressive about this. They really, really don't want any permanents in play. Well, guess what? Here's a Gargaroth and a Search of Greatness. You done playing removal spells? Because the only threats you played, you know, are Chevil, Saruf, which tells me those aren't good enough threats. You gotta do a little bit better, opponent. A little freaking bit better. This is why I hate removal piles, because they just don't do anything. Alright. That's... I mean, how many threats have we presented compared to them? And we're still a control deck. We've been attempting to win the game. Lukranos. Okay. Go? Honestly, go? Block? Yay, my turn! Scry! Down to the bottom you go. Wow, these lands though! They have... It's just every land! Nothing but just scries to the bottom. Alright. If I hit him with this, then he just escapes it, so don't bother. Huh. No, I will draw my card, opponent. Thank you. Where the hell is Klothys? Thank you! Might be able to get the devotion out of it, too. That's what I'm aiming for here. Okay, we're going to keep that one around. Actually, no. That's a, No, they've got a kill spell. They totally have a kill spell. Yeah, well, whatever. Voraclex. Poison the cup. When you've got poison the cup, you have too much removal. That's what I've learned so far about new standard here. If you're going that deep that you have to have actual murder, the 3. If I could get him into the yard, it would be great. We'll be trying to aim for that, by the way, if we can. Cheville. And then 980 shows up. Good lord, knock it off with the lands. Soul Sear. Well, we're just gonna take a Saruf. How do I deal with just this stupid Pelucranos? I guess I'll deal with it this way. This is fine. We're just going to accept that that happens this turn. As I want to exile Pelucranos next turn. So we're going to knock it down to an abysmally low power and toughness. Like so. And allow them to continue. End step. Frostbite it. That took a lot more effort than I would have liked. Klothys, no. Already found one, thank you. Man, these lands just will not give up! Alright, well, we'll stare at this. I have to attack, lovely. Well, I mean, they're never going to attack with Cheville anyway, so what's it matter? So we need some devotion. Jeez. Well, I mean, that's one way of doing it. Get rid of Saruf. Just in any raised dead effect. I want to clear it. Go away. Up to one target creature you don't control? Well, whatever. Our opponent's got a million removal spells anyway, so what's it matter? So yes, I wanted to frostbite Cheville, but just awkward timing of everything. Couldn't do it. Finding the Old Gods gets rid of In Search of Greatness. I think it's scryed every land I have to the bottom already, so there's, yeah. Every single land! 5 of them down there. Jeez. And I still got more. Oh my god, why? Why? Who did I hurt? It's funny that binding the Old Gods did not bind the Old Gods. Get wrecked. Like I said in the deck, Klothys will carry your game eventually. With here I have just land, Klothys killing you very slowly. Oh, well, the flood of a lifetime, but yeah, we found the card that mattered for the match. Our opponent playing removal tribal, we have 2 indestructibles. That's the whole point of those cards. Now you see why. Alright, we're on the play versus Squee the Infinite, which means that we're pretty much boned. We have nothing but removal, but I'm sure we'll draw into something. We have lands and spells. So we'll see what happens. Highland Forest is our opener. 3 permanents for snow. Gingerbread Cabin. Okay. You have my interest, but also it's Gingerbread Cabin, so I'm inclined to hold on to Shredded Sails a little bit. In Search of Greatness, pretty good. We'll take that. Opponent. Radiant Fountain. A lot of life gain, theoretically. Scoot Swarm. I'm glad that we can untap with that. We'll drop the land for now. And we'll drop down Toski for now. So our opponent playing some stupid Scoot Swarm deck. That's not going to be annoying at all, is it? Ilea's Intervention. Sure. Which means that I draw a card, I guess. Well, unless they've got a Mana Dork. That said, if it's Gilded Goose, no problem. Garenbrig. Got it. I'm just going to drop that because, you know, Toski's going to probably give us more lands than we ever needed. Klothys. Oh, yeah. Okay. Alright, Klothys. Play Mazemind Tome. Alright, our stuff is super indestructible. We need just a little bit more loyalty to, or a little bit more devotion to get Klothys going. 7, 2, 4, 5. So something with 2 pips. Which is a good spot. It means that any threat I draw from here on out. Valakut Surge. Our opponent, ramping. I'm going to hold Mazemind Tome. If this is all about Ugin, I swear to Christ, I will be extremely pissed off. I'm going to take that. I'm going to kill the Scoot Swarm forever. Attack with Toski. Island. Alright. Yeah, we'll just draw cards off of this. I feel like we're in an alright spot, but if it does end in Ugin, I will be, like I said, extremely pissed off. If that's all my opponent's doing, that's just not cool. It's not cool. Can we continue playing after that? Sure. Solemn. I can Shredded Sails that, I suppose. I am going to Shredded Sails that. A Migratory Greathorn. It's the next piece. Draw a card. We want a board wipe available sometime in reasonable time here. Let's hope for it. That's one. Okay, so it's us ending in Ugin. Sure, I guess. Exile your card. How do I feel about that? Same way. Feel like it's just like, ugh, really? Why am I playing this card? Soul Sear, not bad. It's a lot of damage. Turntimber Symbiosis. That's a nice recovery after they... if they were to Ugin, theoretically. Anyway, here we are. Able to kill most anything that they can pull off. What's with all the radiant fountains, though? Called it. You don't even get to finish that sentence, opponent. You don't even get to finish that sentence. I think I'll just play my own Ugin at this point if they're going to play one of those. I can't play my own Ugin. How about Kogla then? Is that big enough? Bam! Will that do? Kogla will eat your food for you. Questing beast. Not even a threat. No, don't care. What's with broken wings, though? People are real aggressive with that card. Yeah, it's probably good enough. Kogla doesn't care if it exists. It helps with opponent's Ugins beyond that. Leasing Caryatid. Never mind, now I'm going to use it. And Kogla's going to eat your food for you, like I said. How you like your disenchant, jerk? See, I can do this without Ugin. Don't need Ugin at all. Ugin's going to be a lightning bolt in a couple seconds. That's all he's going to be. And our opponent, frozen in time, figuring out how this one card prevents lethal. Or just frozen in time. Or Beanstalk Giant. Searching for land, making it how big? 11/11. That's a mite bit large. Let's find an answer. So we swing in with this and yeah. Make the trade. They're going for it. Alright. Soul Sear. And Klothys. Alright. Just a little shy on everything we need. Don't draw anything large today, please. Oh, come on! Alright, well, we'll win this fight. Save the Valakut Awakening. Yeah. Yeah, I win that fight, so no big deal. Yeah, we'll react with Valakut Awakening, I think. See what they do next. I want to know what's up. I don't want to just throw myself into third or Ugin, fourth Ugin. Okay. So they're just going to play big creature. Let's draw a couple cards. That's not great. Actually, it's fine, because it kills the Thorn Mammoth. Unless you suddenly have, like, Ranger Scowl or something. Do you randomly have a protection spell in your deck that clearly would never have a protection spell? A Ram Through? Jesus! Yeah, let's have our next 2 draws be just this godsend draw. Jeez. Oh my god, this guy just refuses to die. My god. Chlorhedron, no big deal. But yeah, it's just the most absurd stuff. That's going to be hard. That might be a minus. That might just be... Nah, I should probably just ultimate and find something else, right? Oh, that's even better. Whoop. Whoop, 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 whoop. Search for a land? Sure. At this point, what's that do? Nothing. We can still Soul Sear it. Let them do this mutation. That's fine. Still, let them do this mutation. Like, what's it doing at this point? Nothing. There's nothing in their deck that they've shown so far that cares about. Oh, I didn't say you were keeping it. Are we done? Alright, we'll throw them the good game right back. Land, land. Cultivate. Alright, well, you've got to be shitting me. That was horrible. Just saying. That was horrible. Oh my god, that was bad. You gotta be kidding me. These lands. Okay, I'm extremely tempted to just make Toski super buff. In fact, that's lethal next turn. But then again, this is a 1-2 punch to kill anything in the way, too. Now let's go for it. Okay. Fine. This guy just will not die. Just does not want to die. Are we finished? My lord. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Well, look at it this way. The Ugin Ultimate prevented us from drawing like 7 lands, so there's that. That would have been a death sentence. So, looking at the deck, saw a lot of top decking straight into lands. Let's just do a quick thing here. Lands, 26. 27, 28 if you count them, but we actually were casting them a lot of times. Well, we played one, but 26. Does that sound normal for a control deck? Absolutely. Did In Search of Greatness scry a million of them to the bottom and still we flooded? Absolutely. So In Search of Greatness definitely hit its stride here. We were in a lot of top deck because our opponents hate permanents. What can I say? That was mono green control and and whatever the rock deck was that we showed that we rock harder. And yeah. that's what happened there. And yeah, I'm not sure about the card advantage. Our opponents were really averse to us actually having anything remotely resembling card advantage. They just attacked it on sight. So, yeah, like, what can I say, right? Like, any of our permanents generally draw a card or provide some version of card advantage in some way, most cases. And our opponent's just like, no, everything must die. You will only have lands. And like, okay, I guess. Like, our opponents are playing a lot of disenchants. A lot of disenchants. I mean, the sagas go away. You don't need to disenchant them. You just need to boring collects them. They can stay there. It's cool. They don't do anything then. Anyways, whatever. Alarming amount of disenchants is what I mean to say today. Okay, that's fine. Whatever, that happened. Did the deck come out on top? Yeah, totally did. It got into this top deck war, absolutely. But yeah, I think some of the cards are real good. You might have saw Tundra Fumarole, it's just one of those cards. You saw the sorcery speed versus Pelucranos, and where it was awkward, straight awkward at all times. Now, the only instant that I know that'll get the job done to this extent is probably Red Cap Melee. I am a fan of Red Cap Melee for a deck that's a little lower to the ground than this. This wants to have its mana to a certain point, not to the point we got it. But yeah, Red Cap Melee I have no problem playing in decks that never really exceed 3 mana. But for anything else, it's a little hard to justify. That's why I've been trying to keep Tundra Fumarole in. It's a real tough one, and I can't seem to justify it any longer. In Search of Greatness again, just another one, maybe. Switching for a Soul Sear sounds great. This card is just absolutely spectacular. Instant speed, 5 damage. Red is happy with that. I'm totally cool with this card. Kenrith's Transformation you saw versus the green deck, it's just like they play that giant and just like, nah. And it's tiny again. And you can have your flashbacks of Oko, and you can cry and turn and wake up in a cold sweat in your sleep, go, Oko! And you're totally cool afterwards. As soon as you realize your mom comes in, pets you on the head, and you're just like, Mom, why are you here? I thought Oko was here. Oko, oh my God, you're Oko! And then that's when you really realize that you need to move out. But anyway, with that, hope you guys enjoyed. Love to hear some suggestions about some of this. Maybe you saw, or maybe there's a card I'm not thinking of. Yeah, maybe. Whatever. It's cool, the archetype anyway, and it is actually possible to do. So hope you enjoyed. Take care. Bye-bye.